It was just classic. So that was one of my best memories in golf, was just being able to play 7 days with a family member, obviously my mum, just driving around, having a great time, and
cool,
and just enjoying it.
Okay, that was good. So, do you want to hear some of our listeners' favourite golf memories? I took a little bit of a screenshot of some before.
Let's do it.
Nice mixture, actually. So, actually, your friend of mine, Rob Potter,
Big Rob,
he said being part of the team that won the YouTube Golf Day was
That's
one of his
nice.
favourite golf memories. That was a good day, the YouTube Golf
in
Day.
Big Oggy.
Matt Brookbanks.
Matt Brookbanks and the German fella.
Oh yeah, I do know what you mean. There's quite a nice mix of these comments though, because
sorry, I forgot his name.
You'll see that it was. I think that's the thing though, isn't it? What I'm realizing more as I get a bit older, that for me, obviously, I love playing golf and hopefully playing well, but it is so much more about the memories and the times that you have, and that can be a score, it can be a shot, it can be a round with a certain person. And some of these are quite deep, but some of them are quite funny. But the next one is from Samuel Dela Cruz. It's quite a cool name.
Awesome name.
My best golf memory on the golf course isn't anything that special. It's quite common for a lot of golfers. But it was my first chip in with a sand wedge from the side of the green back when I started playing golf in college, and that got me hooked to golf. The feeling you get as a newbie to pulling off a golf shot like that is something really special and really motivated me to keep getting better.
Love that.
It's class, that, isn't it?
Yeah, simple.
I wish sometimes, because I played at such a young age, I can't remember shots like that well, because I would have been 10 or something.
I weirdly remember my first birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, first hole where I played, and I wasn't very long hitting. I didn't hit the green in 2, but from like 30 or 40 yards out, pitched it in for my first birdie.
That's awesome.
So I do remember that.
The other thing I remember, weirdly, at my home golf club, they had a simulator well before they were even a thing. It was really quite bizarre. It was, in fact, it was far too ahead of its time in terms of, they redeveloped the clubhouse, and they put in a simulator probably the size of this room, and it wasn't anywhere near the technology today, obviously, but it was an actual simulator, and you could pay to use it, but they also had it on free sometimes. You could hit balls. And I remember occasionally hitting one over 100 yards and being absolutely amazed. So I remember that, but I don't remember like certain shots. But this one from Cody Gardner, the albatross I made 2 weeks ago from 160 yards on a short par 5. That's nice. Very. I've never made. Have you made an albatross?
Never.
No, I made a fake one, but that's.
Oh yeah, you had that recently, didn't you?
It was about 2 years ago. I was on a par 5 at a local course, and I hit a driver, and I had about 220 yards left in, and I had a hybrid in the bag at the time, and I tried to hit like a 3/4 like kind of punchy chippy hybrid, and like topped it into a bunker. That's not very good. Like, so I want to have that shot again, because I feel like that's a shot I'd like to have in the locker. Literally dropped another ball, did the exact same thing, and flushed it, and it went in.
No way.
So it's like it was my longest ever hole out, but it doesn't really count for anything, does it?
It was some guys on the other tee or something as well.
No, there's nobody there. I knew it had gone straight, and there's a pitch mark about 20 foot, 30 foot short, and obviously it was a hybrid. Obviously had forward momentum on it. I thought this is going to be close, and it was in. It was quite a strange feeling. It was like I've holed a shot, but it literally counts for absolutely nothing. It would have been nice for it to be for an albatross, obviously. Next one is from Stephen Johnson. As a new golfer, this year was my highlight, breaking 100. I played okay throughout the round and didn't really think about my score. The lads who were with me were struggling quite a bit, and they were getting quite frustrated, but I kept going. I lost my cool on a couple of holes, but managed to plot my way around the last 3 holes okay, and I was totting up my scores and ended at 97. I was so chuffed that I achieved that, and my handicap has come down loads since. I started off with my 3-card entries at I got 39, and now I'm off 29.
That's really
come
good.
down by 10. But I think that's the thing, that sometimes like breaking 100 might be a bigger achievement for somebody than when they then break 90 or 80.
Yeah, because it's the first one, isn't it? I've got two memories that stick out to me. I've just saving some pictures actually my mum sent me. It comes down to the story. Is it just a moment on the golf course?
Any golfing moment. A lot of these are on the golf course.
So I've got 2 that really stand out to me. Number one, I'm going to go from a professional career moment for me. Was the one time, well, not the one time, a couple of times. It was the day in general, YouTube Golf Day.
Yes.
On the putting green before we went playing.
That was mad.
Was probably one of the most surreal, amazing moments of my career. I know it sounds like a ridiculous thing to say that, because it was just the fact that something we'd even just thought of in a bloody cafe 6 months earlier had turned into something as big as that, with so many spectators, so many other creators, so many, like when you're looking at it and thinking, oh my God, like you're one creator from one part of the world, and like you're chatting and you're talking, you're making content together, and that was a really amazing experience. One that I would like to do again potentially in the future, but that memory's so almost strong that I don't want to ruin it. Really, that was really good as a career, and I've had lots of really good highlights. Obviously, it's been an amazing thing to do. One of the things that I always remember was a trip I took when I was very young. In fact, I was this young guy.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this.
And we'll put it on the main YouTube video. I know we heard did I see someone complain
Somebody had
about this?
in the Facebook group. It's called the Rick Shiels Golf Show Facebook group. Somebody had a bit of a kind of a complaint that they'd been listening to the audio podcast last week at St Andrews, and there's a few clips that we threw in that were on the video. And I kind of get what you mean. We don't want to ever become the audio podcast that doesn't really work. But equally, with some of these things, it's nice to be able to show people. And the second channel's free to watch. So even if you just want to skip that, listen to the audio one and you think, at 33 minutes, Rick said something, and you skip to the other video and see it. So it's your choice. But
that on the audio podcast would have sounded awful. All you'd have heard was wind.
Yeah, we're not going to do that too often. It's just the odd thing.
We'll put this in the YouTube video, though.
Okay.
Just to annoy that guy. Yeah. So I don't quite know how old I am at this point, but it's not... Well, I'll show the picture.
Oh, my days.
Describe it.
So you've got a putter, looks like a Scotty Cameron. I don't think it is a Scotty Cameron shape. You've got a proper pair of like saddle shoes, like a white golf shoe with the brown saddle.
How old do you think I'm there?
Probably about 13.
Yeah, I was about 12 or 13.
You've got actually a decent fitted pair of pants for that era because they weren't that baggy. You've got a jumper on and a hat, like a bit of a chav. But I think it's just a cap that gives that look. The collar's quite up as well, but very much of the era.
I used to always wear my collar up at the time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was that?
So this is one of my greatest memories ever. God, I do look a bit chavvy. Oh yeah, look at those shoes. They're awesome. This was one of my greatest memories ever, right? So me and my mum, who got me into golf, and I'm sure we've already said this in the podcast at some point, she got me into it. We decided to go on a trip, and just me and her jumped in the car. I think she might have been working or something. And we headed to the Isle of Arran. Do you know it?
Yes.
In Scotland.
I've heard of it. I don't know it.
So in Scotland, it's just off the coast of the northeast, west of Scotland. It's an island, and basically on this island, it's got 7 golf courses on it. Some are like long, proper golf courses. Some are little dinky, like pitch and putts or whatever, or 9 holes or whatever. So me and my mum jumped in the car. We got the ferry over to the Isle of Arran. We stayed in a little cottage, and each day we played a new golf course. And each day we drove around the island and weirdly listened to Whitney Houston, which might explain a lot of things in my life. And we'd go to these different golf courses and play. And it was just, I remember it being, at the time, like I'd not really been on a golf holiday. I'd only been playing golf for about 1.5 years or something. And be able to spend time with my mum. She doesn't play golf anymore for whatever reason, but we used to go there. I wasn't particularly very good at the time, so it's just a really nice kind of bonding experience. And I still so vividly remember the golf courses and where they are. And I'm just looking at the map now and thinking, oh yeah, I remember playing it up there and down south there, and it was just classic. So that was one of my best memories in golf, was just being able to play 7 days with a family member, obviously my mum, just driving around, having a great time, and
cool,
and just enjoying it.
We should relive that for a video.
A chavvy 13-year-old.
We should do that as a video. It'll be sick.
7 days in Arran.
Mm-hmm.
It is class over. It's really nice over there.
Has Eric done a video there? Eric Anders Lang. I feel
in
like
Arran.
Rings a bell. Might not have done.
It might have done actually.
A couple of others then before we leave this topic. It's been quite nice. Sorry.
There was one other thing as well.
Oh, sorry,
where our cottage was. No, it's nothing mad. Where our cottage was, I was fascinated. Right, we're in this little bay, and across the bay there was this island. Right across the bay, a standalone island, and it was called Holy Island. Right, and monks lived on it.
Oh my days.
So and so when you're there, because I stayed, you can see this it's literally called Holy Island, and I was fascinated about this island, like thinking, literally, monks just live on that island. They don't have technology. They must have had a boat or something. How do they get food? How do they get stuff? How do they get stuff? Like, they don't know about anything about like what's happening in the world. And some part of me just thought, it'd be quite nice to live like that, but I'd get a bit bored. Anyway.
A couple more then. Gareth Price said, hitting a 3-iron out of the rough in front of 2 ex-Liverpool football players, John Aldridge and Jason McAteer. They were playing behind us. I hit it to about 3 foot. John Aldridge said it was the best shot he's ever seen. That'd be nice.
Nice.
This is a good one from Mark Rodbert. Playing the old course with my best mate from school in 2019. We started off playing together in 1975. After school, still in our uniforms and everything, and with our dad's cast-off clubs, and we're still playing golf together 45 years later. That's really cool. There's a picture of on the bridge.
Really good.
And the last one, this is a bit of a sad one, but it's from Alistair Brownlee. A memory, although kind of sad. Played a round of golf with a great work friend. He gave me a cigar, which I don't smoke, so it went into my golf bag. He sadly passed away a few weeks later. The cigar now lives in my bag and comes every round with me. R.I.P. Matt. So,
that's
nice. That one,
nice.
it's not the actual memory, obviously. It's more the fact that he didn't chuck the cigar and he kept it in his golf bag. And then, obviously, unfortunately, he passed away, but he still got that as a bit of a token.
Is that Alistair Brownlee, the Olympian?
Could be. I don't know, actually. I don't know if it's Alistair. This was Alistair, like with a D.
All right, this is Alistair.